Myntra Insider Masterclass presents to you your master stylist Tanya Ghavri. Having made her mark on premier red carpet events and movies, she is a force to reckon with in the industry today. She is the master behind the mesmerizing looks of Shilpa Shetty, Kareena Kapoor Khan, Malaika Arora, Janhvi Kapoor, Shraddha Kapoor and many more. The exemplary results she puts forward speak volumes about her fashion philosophy.
Indian weddings include an array of traditional ceremonies, rituals, customs, and much, much more. To match the grandeur and the royalty of such an event, you need outfits that complement the occasion. So what color to wear, how much to accessorize, how much is too much, what's in, what's not. These are the things that you need to know. I am your master stylist Tanya Ghavri and the class is now in session. Hi there, you're here to witness an exciting edition of the Myntra Insider Masterclass, your exclusive access to the world of style, fashion, expert tips and advice, a sneak peek into trends that are coming back, trends that should never have been around and trends that will never go out of style anytime soon. All the fashion ingredients you need to #be unskippable.
Latest wedding fashion trends, colors, fabrics, patterns and designs. Styling suggestions for your body type and skin tone. Pro tips to ace your wedding season wardrobe and #be unskippable. Fashion queries answered by a team of expert stylists. Product recommendations for that perfect wedding look. Exquisite wedding looks curated exclusively for you.
New age weddings come with a lot of freedom in terms of style. If you don't like to be confined to traditional ensembles, you can always go contemporary. Possibilities are endless. So ladies, let's begin with the smallest, but one of the most important articles of clothing in your ethnic wardrobe, the blouse. The most recent trends for blouses include off-shoulder and cold shoulder. With these blouse styles, you could go with the beautiful statement neckpiece. Inspired from the Indo-Western world, these styles fit perfectly into traditional Indian attire and add to its elegance. They go with everything, be it a sari, a lehenga or a sharara. But remember to keep your hair back or tied up to make sure the style is visible. Here is my first pro tip for you. No matter what your body type is, never feel insecure about a sari. It's one of those styles that suits everybody. But if you're planning to go for a lehenga and you're conscious about your belly, opt for a high-waist one. It would show just the upper waist, which is basically the slimmer part among most women. If you have a long torso, then definitely go with a low-waist lehenga. To all the men watching this, I would urge you to experiment more with prints and patterns rather than sticking to the basic off-white and black sherwani paired with a churidar. For a fresh change, you could go for dhoti pants or Jodhpuri pants in pastel colors. Personally, I love the idea of self-work and pastel shades. It enhances the beauty of the color and gives it a very rich feel. So let's see what questions are coming my way. Oh, here's a good one. Could you recommend how to plan your outfit colors as per your skin tone? So, when it comes to deciding the color of your outfit, your skin tone plays a very crucial role. It is important to understand what offsets your skin. Remember, there's a different color for everyone. I personally like mixing either cool colors or warm tones together, or go with just one block color. However, I recommend you stay away from muddy browns, deep grays, or ochre yellow. I just don't think they complement the Indian skin tone. So ladies, if you decide to go with a simple outfit, make sure to accessorize it well. A choker or a layered neck piece would be great additions. For earrings, I would suggest Chand Balis, as I think they just never fail to impress. If you want to go a step further, opt for a three-way mangtika, as long as your outfit is sober and does not take the spotlight away from the tika. So we have more questions. How do I transform an ethnic outfit into an Indo-Western one? Well, I think transforming an ethnic into Indo-Western needs a certain amount of conviction and confidence. Basically, the ease to carry stuff off. You have to believe that you're making the look more interesting and relevant. I remember this one time I styled Kareena Kapoor in this beautiful striped sari and a very basic blouse to go with it. When we tried it on, both of us instantly felt that there was something missing. Now she's very spontaneous and extremely intuitive. So I decided to experiment a bit. I pulled out my vintage Christian Lacroix blazer and I asked her to wear it with the sari. We teamed it with this beautiful silver oxidized neck piece and the energy just switched. She felt amazing in it and we had this great look for the day. That particular look still stands out today. So while you enjoy Indian clothes and have fun with it, don't be afraid to mix and match. Once you've picked a pattern and a color for your outfit, there's another critical decision to be made. The fabric. It has the power to add or take away the richness of your entire look. Organza is widely used these days for printed saris and lehengas. During the wedding season in winter, you'll also see a lot of velvets. Apart from these, you could go for beautiful woven silks, silk organza, lame fabric, silk satins in vivid spring palettes and tulle. So on that note, a question I actually get asked a lot is, do all fabrics suit all body types? No, people, not all fabrics suit all body types. That's where we have to know our stuff and be very smart about it. Lycra is a complete no-no if you're not someone who's very, very fit, because it can be very unforgiving or unflattering. Velvets and organza can make you look very bulky. Hence, make you look bigger in terms of size than you actually are. If you are very thin, avoid fabrics that are clingy like chiffon and georgettes because it will wrap around your body, making you look even thinner. Someone with a straighter body type or someone who wants to look a bit fuller should work with fabrics which they can layer, such as different kinds of cottons, raw silks, etc. Indian weddings are bound to have more functions than just the main weddings. From haldi, mehendi, sangeet, cocktail to the reception, each occasion calls for its own style. For the haldi, I'd recommend you wear something very light and easy to sit in, while being prepared that it might get ruined by the end of it. Here's my second pro tip for you. You must keep a tiny stain remover in your sling bag or your wallet at all times. I never leave without it. Who isn't clumsy? We all are. So keep it easily available, and the minute you drop something, use it. You won't ever have to worry about getting rid of the stains in dry cleaning. Coming back, ladies, for haldi, I'd recommend a beautiful, simple silk salwar suit. Drape pants with a crop or even a very, very light lehenga would be ideal. For the boys, you should keep the look simple and sober with a pop of color. You could go for a colored bandi over a white kurta and churidar or denim pants, or just a nice solid kurta with white pants. Pathani kurtas with embroidery when worn with bottoms in contrasting colors make for a great option for a haldi ceremony. This reminds me of the time I styled my sister for her wedding. She wanted a lot of colors, and that is exactly what we did. She wore a red outfit for her brunch, a blue, beautiful ombre lehenga for her sangeet, a beautiful lavender for a cocktail, and a classic black and white for the reception dinner. And for the main wedding, she wore a full gold lehenga with white and gold gotapatti. And just like that, she had explored a lot of colors, even though she wore full gold on the main night. It's important for a bride to feel happy with her color options on her wedding day. Alright, so coming back, for mehendi, always have fun with colors. I suggest both men and women to go more with day colors such as yellows, reds, blues, turquoise, pastels, rani pink, peach, and orange. When it comes to mehendi, functionality should be a very important part of your outfit. Just keep it simple and stylish. Team up a sharara, palazzo pants, or dhoti pants with a crop top. The biggest mistake women make is wearing pants that aren't the right length for their shoes. So here's a pro tip for you. Generally, hems should just about graze the top of your shoes and be from ½ inch or 3/4 inch off the floor. Make sure the embroidery and the work on your outfit is minimal by opting for lighter thread work or zari work. Pair this ensemble with either statement earrings or a neck piece. For men, a sharp, well-fitting kurta and churidar pants should be your go-to outfit for the mehendi. You can also choose a Jodhpuri jacket kurta matched with Jodhpuri style pants. A lot of interesting draped kurtas are also available that can be worn with pants or churidars. For the Sangeet, shararas and lehengas are both great options for women. This is the day for you to light up the dance floor. So go fully glam, but with comfy shoes always. You should definitely go for something that has thread work, sulli work, gota patti work, chikankari, Banarasi weaves, and one of my most recent favorites has to be mirror work. If you really wish to wear darker shades such as deep purple or black, this is your perfect chance. Some other great colors that you can opt for are coral, pink, lime green, earthy tones, electric blue, powder pink, lavender, etc., etc. I can go on. So I'm getting another question. I got a very heavy lehenga for my sister's wedding. It's not been used ever since. What are the different ways to style such a piece? Lehenga skirt can be used with a shirt, a gorgeous statement neck piece. You can use the heavy lehenga with a mismatched blouse so the outfit looks like a new one. You can also do a beautiful boyfriend blazer that goes with the look and top it off with a choker. Moving on, outfit styles for the cocktail are very similar to that of the Sangeet if you choose to go with something ethnic. Cocktails are obviously Western in their origin, which is why the styles for this can range from a Western gown to a modern contemporary Indian wear. I would recommend the Indo-Western look. It not only maintains the cocktail theme, but it also encompasses the wedding fields. So let me give you pro tip number 4, girls. When shopping for that important cocktail dress or after party dress for a wedding, get a true feel for the fit by bringing your Spanx with you. And while you're at it, bring heels. These will help you get a better sense of the final result. Cocktail attire for men usually translates into a 2-piece or a 3-piece suit. I also love the idea of a double-breasted or a tux if you don't mind going old school classic. Coming to the main event, the big fat Indian wedding. Men should go for a dapper printed bandgala kurta with a neutral colored trouser and a matching safa. Slip on a pair of Jodhpuri shoes and you're all set. Looks like I have another question here. Hi Tanya, would you suggest floral prints for men's traditional wear? Absolutely. Whoever said only women can look good in florals obviously hasn't seen the men rocking it. Men shouldn't shy away from florals, especially with the addition of brunches, mehendi parties in the day. It's such a good way to complement an otherwise plain white or a pastel look. It's nice to mix it up with a floral bandi or even a light floral sherwani for the day. Multicolor floral kurtas layered with bright Nehru jackets are perfect for men to wear to that spring-summer daytime wedding. Match these with beautiful printed safas and you may just look as good as the ladies. Moving on to women, a big trend this season is intricate hand embroidery with floral and bird motifs. This, along with 3D embellishments and thread work that features zardozi, can be paired with pastel silk threads and sequin. Make sure you stick to shades of gold, teal, red, burgundy, and emerald green for this, as they are the most in-trend colors this season and it will definitely help you stand out. Coming to the final event, the reception. All you need for this is a gorgeous sari with an interesting twist, so it doesn't seem like the usual run-of-the-mill. You could do a double palla sari or an embroidered jacket. I think today for a reception party, women can experiment with various silhouettes. Gowns, a tea-length cocktail dress, a very modern lehenga sari, or a modern edgy lehenga. You can also go for an embroidered long jacket with a crop top and drape pants. Or you can opt for a skirt, which can be a very, very interesting choice too. For men, the occasion has pretty much set expectations when it comes to looks. If you want to go a bit fancy, you can always place your trust in a well-tailored, well-fitted tux, or keep it simple yet stylish with a 3-piece suit or a double-breasted suit. On the other hand, if the occasion theme is ethnic, go the Royal Indian way with a sherwani suit paired with trousers. Complete the look with matching leather footwear like formal loafers. Here's pro tip number 5 for you. When buying your Indian look or your cocktail or your reception look, pretty much any important expensive outfit, a garment's lining is a designer's calling card, a good way to judge the overall quality. A well-crafted lining is a telltale sign that the whole piece has been sewn with care. Makeup and hair play a very, very important part in your look, especially for women. If you're wearing a high neck, make sure you take all your hair back. And if it's an open neck, go with a beautiful glamorous waves or curls. When it comes to formal events, it's very important for men to ensure your hair isn't messy. Use generous amounts of gel or spray so that your hair can endure the shenanigans of the entire night. In a culture where wedding season is highly anticipated with huge participation, use these tips and tricks to double up on your preparations for it. And now, on to the real action. Let me take you through a few looks that I've curated for you.
First up, we have this elegant blue, golden and white printed woven maxi dress for women. A nice Indo-Western fusion outfit embellished with ethnic motifs, making it a good fit for a mehndi ceremony. The pink dupatta plays a perfect foil to the simplicity of the outfit and amps up the whole look. Go for statement earrings with this one. Complete the look with a pair of strappy gold heels. For the gentleman, this solid red jacket is a nice inclusion into your wedding time wardrobe. It's a versatile piece as it can be styled traditionally with a kurta or as an Indo-Western look with a shirt. It goes best with tapered trousers or a churidar. Pair this with solid formal loafers and you're good to go for any occasion. Here's a look that can never go wrong. The dark tones of this ensemble provide for the perfect evening outfit. The sherwani is simple and traditional with just the right amount of fancy with its mandarin collar and printed pocket square. Team this with the black solid woven trousers and textured formal loafers to complete the look. This pastel anarkali is a very interesting piece. The color itself is so lovely that you're sure to grab attention. The floral print sets you high on the trend bar. Accessorize the anarkali with this beautiful white and gold plated choker necklace and matching earrings.
That brings us to the end of this session. I hope this has been helpful for you to absolutely kill it at all the wedding events this season. Don't forget, the journey to #BeUnskippable doesn't end here. The Myntra Insider Masterclass carries on with many more wonderful sessions put together by your favorite masters. So stay tuned and stay silent.